Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the podcast Pod Talks today with Alyssa, our usual Thursday Pod Talks. Today we're gonna be talking about something that is going around, and by this I mean the sickness going around. If you're from New Zealand or Australia, you will know exactly what we mean because it's winter time around here. And we're gonna talk about exactly why missing a few workouts it's not gonna ruin your fitness progress, and also the importance of resting when sick. And you
Mm.
probably can hear by my voice. I was very, very sick. I'm still a little bit sick. It's getting better. But yeah, so many of my clients are getting sick, and I know so many people in Australia are getting sick. And I think it's so important to touch about this right now because we don't want you guys to think that just because you're missing one workout, you're gonna go back to square one. And we know that feeling. We've been there. So
Yeah.
we just want to share our experiences and tell you more about that. And also some tips to manage your workouts a little bit better in your recovery if you are sick right now. But yeah, how are you, Elisa? Hopefully you're not sick, which is a good. Um,
No, well, I actually it was funny. I was just about to say before, I started to get a sore throat this week, but I think I'm all right.
yeah.
But see, here it's hard because yeah, same thing, the cold, the weather change, everyone's sick. And obviously because I'm around kids a lot as well, and they're
Mm,
sick. So yeah, I know how you feel, and it's just even a lot of my clients experiencing it as well. And I think people are so hard on themselves. And even the importance of when you're getting back into it, just taking it slow. I feel like people try
yes,
so hard to hit PBs the first week they're back, and it's yeah, just got to really focus on recovery. And you know what? Sometimes it's good to give your body that rest. You need it. Although it's such a shit feeling being sick,
mhm.
something that you don't want to experience, but sometimes it's your body just saying stop and yeah, just have that time to recover. So,
Yeah,
and now that you've experienced it, well, you can, share what
yeah,
you've been doing as well this week to try and
yeah,
combat that as well.
exactly. So like, yeah, I got sick. I mean, I started to feel sick around like Friday night. You know when you feel that, that feeling on your throat, you're like, I didn't want to get
Like
sick.
it's
Like
coming.
it's
Yeah.
coming. Yeah, like you can feel it coming. And then I
Yeah.
took, I think some Panadol or something. I took something. I was like, it should be fine. Because before I got sick on Friday, or started feeling sick on Friday, I was sick 2 weeks ago. But like when I was
Okay.
sick, it was only like 3 days or like 2 days and then gone. Like it was nothing crazy. I was like, maybe it's just gonna be like that again. But then I was like, no, it's not like that. Like I woke up Saturday morning and I was like, what is this feeling in my body? Like headache, and then my body was aching. My throat was like really, really sore. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't even like get up. I was just so tired. And I was like, there's no way on earth I'm gonna go to the gym. Like that's just not an option. Like I wasn't even thinking about the gym. I was
I
so
don't think
tired.
about that.
My
Yeah.
body just wanted to sleep, nothing else. And I was like, okay, I should be better tomorrow. Next day, Sunday, nothing, not even a little bit better. I was feeling worse. And I was like, oh my God, I just wanted to, like, I just want this to be over. And then, okay, maybe I'm going to be better tomorrow, Monday. Nothing. I still feel like shit on
Oh,
Monday. And then Tuesday, a tiny little bit better, but it was
yeah.
not 100%. Wednesday, a little bit better, not
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. So Thursday, yeah, better, but my throat is still a little bit sore. Like it's
Yeah.
not fully
Yeah.
recovered. And I still haven't been to the gym. So it's been how many days? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, almost 1 week with no gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
And right now, I don't feel guilty at all. The old Daniela would have felt very guilty, annoyed that I
Yeah.
couldn't train, very disappointed, or I will
Yeah.
think that, I'm gonna ruin my progress, especially because I'm getting ready for a holiday coming up in
Yes.
less than 2 months.
That's
But I
right.
feel like
Yeah.
there's no point of me going to the gym because one, I want to spread the virus and I want to make more people sick.
Exactly.
Two, my body's not ready. Like if I feel very, very weak, it's gonna be much easier for me to get injured.
Yeah.
Three, my recovery is gonna take much, much longer. And
Yeah.
I'm just no, it's and I'm going away next week as well. So it's like there's no point because it'll
Exactly.
be
Yeah.
2 weeks of me feeling sick, 3 weeks of me feeling sick. And I don't wanna do that to my body as well. I think like with time you can start prioritizing your body a little bit more and not just
Yeah.
like you kind of like change that mindset when you realize that 1 week of missing on your
Not
work.
gonna undo everything. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's how I'm
It's
feeling
like
right now.
it's like the same with nutrition, having a week or, going away on holiday, it's not going to obviously ruin everything and all the hard work you've put in. It's just about getting back on track. So,
Hmm.
and you know what, even those times when I was getting sick, the week after I felt better and ready, I just took it really easy. I wasn't going for personal best or trying to like my body was really recovering, and just that movement, my body was like, oh, like this is good, but it wasn't and there enough yet to be like pushing to like maximum potential. So
Yeah.
people got to understand that as well.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
something else that I was feeling like the past 6 days or past week, when you're sick, you feel very bloated. You feel very
yeah,
bloated. And then some people might confuse that with I'm gaining weight now because I don't
yeah,
look the
yeah.
same as I was
Because you're
looking.
sluggish, you're not
Yeah,
moving,
you're not moving. Yeah.
you're eating like more soups and stuff, like
Yeah.
warm foods. So
Yeah.
you're going to feel that, yeah, that
Yeah.
bloat.
Yeah. But that
You feel
bloating
like
is fine.
I remember I felt like, yeah, like watery and like sluggish, because I was like, oh, because especially when your body's so used to moving,
Yeah.
eating certain foods, yeah, it's really hard. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
people gotta really just, and like even my clients, they freak out and they're like, oh, and let it derail them. And it's like, no, don't let it derail you. Like just control what you can. Like we always say when we come on here, like just control what you can. Like you can't control if you get sick. You've just got to, at least have that mindset that it's not going to ruin all the hard work that I've put in over the past year or 2 years. It's just a minor setback where you can get back on track. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. And also like when you're sick, like you don't really feel hungry at all. Like you don't want
Yeah,
to eat. At least for me,
appetite
I
is
didn't want to eat. Yeah, your appetite goes down.
yeah,
You need to drink your water, but otherwise you're gonna be dehydrated. But I was
yeah,
just like drinking water. I didn't feel like having my breakfast at all. It was just like my lemon, my water, my tea, my ginger lemon tea with the honey. Um,
yeah,
yeah, but I was not feeling hungry at all. I had some soups. That was the only thing that I was able to like actually digest. Anything
yes,
else I was like, "Ugh," I want to throw up. If I
yeah,
have the
exactly.
chicken or like the steak right now, there's no way
Yeah,
I can swallow that. It was just soups, nothing else. I was not worried about the calories. I was not worried
yeah, yeah,
about this making me put on too much weight. All I wanted to do was just to fill my body with something, literally one meal a day, sometimes two, because I
exactly.
couldn't handle more. And that's fine. Like, you just gotta listen to your body. You just gotta listen to your body and give your
Yeah,
body what it needs. If you feel like having some fresh fruits, because when you're sick, that's what you want, fresh fruits or like soup.
yeah, yeah,
Then have that, you just listen to your body, feel your body. Your body needs that energy to recover. Otherwise, it's gonna be fighting a little bit harder to fight the infection. So listen
yeah,
to your body. Trust me when we say 1 week, even 2 weeks of not being 100%, no training and not being 100%
yeah, yeah,
plan, it's fine. Like Elisa say, like we don't choose when we get sick. It just happens, and we cannot control that. If it
yeah,
happens, you know, bad luck, but it happens. Take your time to recover, and then back on track when you're ready. Don't push it. And also,
yeah,
when you're ready, something that people do, they try to make up for the sessions that they missed.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I, I know exactly what you mean. And you know what? Like you were saying before, that was me. I used to be like, all right, I got to make up for the lost time. It's like, no, like you can't do that. Like literally the best thing you can do is just like, even some of my clients that are coming off being sick, I said to them, like, especially the ones that are used to training like 4 days a week, I said, let's just do like 2 days a week when you're getting back into it, ease into it, build that momentum back again. They're starting going for their walks again. But before it was like nothing. So I said, you can't go from, and like we always say, you can't go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
It's like really taking those steps to build yourself back up. And then, they're like, oh, I'm feeling better this week, just doing that little bit. And it's like, that's it. Like, you don't have to be fixated on, oh my gosh, I got to hit my step target. It's like you're sick, you've been unwell, just ease back into it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, people really need to understand that. And like you said, it's hard. I think people will try to find not like a setback, but they're like, oh, this is going to ruin me and make it bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
When it's like, this is part of life. Setbacks happen in all different forms, you know what I mean? So we've just got to ride that wave, take it, and yeah, just the best, or the people that succeed the most are the ones that just get back on track. That's it, when they can. The ones that let it derail them, you're just going to set yourself up for constant failure, because there's going to be sickness, there's going to be occasions, there's going to be like so many different things that are going to come your way that are going to set you back. It's just how you deal with them, having through them.
Yeah, there's gonna be, yeah, life is gonna happen.
Yeah,
Life is constantly gonna be happening. Like there's always gonna be something going on all the time. It's never gonna be like a perfect week or perfect month or perfect
yeah,
months. It's not gonna be like that. And that's the beauty about life. Like if it was the same thing every single day, that would be boring. There's
yeah, yeah,
challenges, which obviously at the time you don't want to go through that challenge, but then you learn the lesson, you know?
yeah.
You
That's
need
right.
people to try to tell you something. So we just have to understand, yeah, it's happening right now. I just have to deal with what's going on right now in my life.
Exactly. Yeah,
Get better, things are gonna get better. Like it's not a setback. It's just a little something that is happening. And
yeah,
also something else I tell my clients when they're sick and then now they're ready to go back to the gym, I tell them don't go heavy with your weights. Like your body, you're
yeah.
probably gonna be very, very weak, but
That's
don't
right.
like you have lost all your strength. It's just your body
Yeah,
slowly trying to recover. Slowly in that process of recovering. So it's pretty normal if you're not able to lift the same weights that you were lifting 2 weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago. So just pick up the dumbbells or do the weights that you can actually handle. That's fine.
yeah.
Try to
Right.
go any heavier. If that's all you can do it. And also maybe take a little bit longer rest because sometimes your heart rate might be like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm out of breath. Because when you're sick, that's what happens after. You
Exactly.
might not be able to finish your
And
15
even
reps.
when you think you're better, you've still got like those symptoms that kind of
Yeah,
linger.
yeah.
Yeah, like I know like a lot of my girls, like they would have like the cough or the
Mm,
like the congestion for like weeks after. So it's going to take time, you know what I mean? And it's all about knowing your body, listening to your body. And like you said, I've been in that bad mindset as well, like, nah, I've got to make up for it. It's like you don't have to make up for it, just go through the motions, get back on track, and even if you're not ticking off all the boxes that you usually did, like it'll come back,
yeah. I
because I
think,
also find, I don't know if you've seen this as well, but I feel like people, when they do get sick, then they really beat themselves up to the point where they then use that as an excuse for them to derail, like kind of go down that path of,
yes, yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, oh, I was sick. I missed so many workouts. I haven't been on point with my nutrition. And they let it like mentally derail them,
yeah,
So like I always say to them, one thing at a time. And I think this is a problem. Like if you just reintroduce things slowly, you're going to feel better that way. But if you're just like, oh, stuff it, it's over now, like that's it. I'm just gonna go back to older. Like you can't let it affect you in that way where it's going to derail you completely. So
yeah.
I think people need to understand that too. It's all a mental game as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's having like the all or nothing mindset. Like if I'm not
Yeah.
feeling in my all right now, I might as well just, what the hell, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just have that, the cookies or whatever. But I also something you just remind me. I feel like sometimes people use sickness as a time to go off track on purpose. I'm, sick,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just fuel my body with that ice cream or those cookies.
Yeah, like some
I'll
people
put
will use it. Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm home. Like, because obviously people, when they're sick, they're not
yeah,
working. I'm home. I'm on the lounge. I'm gonna like have all these snacks, and that's you're right. They use it as an excuse to binge, or
yeah,
I'm not moving, so I may as well just eat whatever I want. I'm not doing exercise. I may as well just, and it's like, don't have that. And like I say to people, control what you can. Like a lot of my girls, it was just about controlling their health. You can still control that through their diet. So I said, have more soups and all of that, but still get your protein in. So I was even suggesting to them, like bone broth,
yeah.
like a
Hmm.
bone soup, like that's got so much protein in it. And I'm like, that's a sneaky way you can still get your protein in, which is also going to help you recover, but you're still obviously having like something more soup based, which is not, it's not your usual chicken and rice or whatever you have, your wraps or, it was something different, but still getting those protein targets. I think it's important for people to understand you can actually still control certain things to a degree.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, my girls love that. They were just having like bone broth, with different sort of proteins in there, just and veggies, like really filling up on the veggies as well to really kind of build their immune system back up and get those vitamins in. Because when you're sick as well, your body's craving vitamins,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So it really needs that. So I think you're right. Some people will use it as an excuse to eat crap, and it's like, no, it's like we're not going to let it. We're going to control what we can. Obviously, you're not going to have your usual meal plan or diet, but just having some of those things where we're still hitting some targets, it makes you feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because you're like, at least I'm in control of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how with me, like when I'm sick, I just don't crave that at all. I cannot swallow chocolate or like cookie or
Yeah.
my body just wants literally just soup. Soup,
Same. My body just wants like,
oranges,
yeah, fruit as
fruit. Yeah.
well. You're right, fruit. And I even like, it's so funny. I actually crave vegetables more when I'm sick because I'm like, I think I just like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
You want
help,
this?
like, yeah, help me,
Yeah.
it's actually so funny. I'm like, yeah, like I actually prefer them more. So yeah, it's really, I think it's just people's mindset.
It is
Kind
my
of,
yeah.
like you got to remember, when you're so consistent with certain things and then your consistent habits are affected in some way,
Mhm.
very hard for people to navigate through that. And that's why we do a lot of these like pod talks and all these posts that we do to help people understand that, consistency is, I think people are so fixated on consistency being, I have to do the same thing every day. Yes, that's consistent, but being consistent is also still controlling what you can, even when you have these setbacks or how you overcome them. That is consistency as well, because you're still prioritizing your health and fitness, but in a different way. Lack of consistency is when you throw it all out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Me, like you're not consistent. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think people are so fixated on that, and it's hard when they're so in routine and so consistent, and that's taken from them. It's like, oh, they don't know what to do. So, it's the same with like being in a different environment. People use that as an excuse, Like perfect example, like when you went camping and remember you were doing all your posts about like what you were having, like
Yeah.
you were still having consistent habits that you would have at home, but obviously it was different. It's a different environment. It's a different, so it's just about doing what you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just about like making it work around what's going on in your life at that moment.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you don't make it work and then you go back to your mindset of like, if I'm not doing it 100%, then I'm not doing it at all. Then
Yeah.
when it's the right time or when things get better, I'll get back on track. But if you
Yeah.
think about it, like if you keep having that mindset, you're gonna keep getting the same results and then nothing's gonna
Exactly.
change. But if you slowly change something, then you will slowly start building those habits, changing what you're doing now and doing those habits that are not helping you reach your fitness goals, and then adopt
Yeah.
those habits that are going to help you reach your fitness goals. And
Yeah.
something like a little funny story, not funny story, but you know how I told you next week I'm going away to Queenstown.
Yeah.
So next week I'm gonna go. I went to Queenstown. I want to enjoy the food. Like I'm not gonna be 100% on track, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna make it work around it to make it work with our holiday, but at the same time enjoying, but at the same time not going crazy. I feel like
Exactly.
your mindset changes because you stop using your holidays as a time to just like binge and eat whatever and enjoy, and
Yes.
then I'll get back on track. Like it's not like that. Like I still want to have a good time, enjoy
Yeah.
a burger if we feel like having a burger, but I'm not gonna go crazy. But
Exactly.
that's because of all the years of hard work, working on my mindset, working on my
Yeah.
habits.
That's
It just
right.
didn't happen overnight. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think one thing for you guys to consider and like remember, like when you go on a holiday, it's not just going there and then going crazy, and then when you come back, then you're gonna feel like you're going back to square one and then you
Exactly.
have
Yeah.
to do it all over again. It's just like
Yeah.
it's not like okay, I'm on a holiday now. I'm not gonna eat what is on my meal plan, but right now I have, let's say, I don't know, toast with avocado in front of me. Yeah, I'm gonna have that's gonna be my carbs, my fats, my protein,
Yeah.
and just little things like that. That's what's gonna help you stay on track, enjoy that holiday. You know,
Yeah.
you're missing out.
Exactly.
When I'm coming back, I've got I think maybe like 5 weeks, and then I've got another holiday plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's just fine. Like, when
It's
I come back on track,
yeah.
I'll get ready, then my
And I
holiday.
always say to my girls, like when you go away or even like when they have meals out, like just you don't have to stick to everything to a T, but like just prioritize having protein. And when I say that to them, I'm like, it's not just because of the benefits of protein directly, but it's actually going to keep you fuller for longer. It's going to help you be more satiated. So you're going to be less likely to binge. You know what I mean? So I think people need to understand that why we keep saying that. It's like this helps you to actually stay fuller because I feel like people, they just mindlessly snack or eat when they're away, and they're not prioritizing protein, and that's when their body's just like, give me more sugar, give me more, like their body's craving it. So, I'm sure when you're away and you're still going to be having, some form of protein in each meal, but obviously you're going to have some treats here and there. You're going to have some more carbs than probably what you usually have, more fats with the sauces and whatnot, but you're still going to be having some form of protein. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
people, yeah, they just go into like, same as the weekends, when it's a weekend, people want to rest. And that's why they go a little bit crazy with the food and then they start again
Yeah.
on Monday. I feel it's the same thing when you go on a holiday. People, it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's my break. I'm going to enjoy. I don't want to think about meal plans or training, nothing at all. I
Yeah.
just want to have fun. It's only 2 weeks, for example, 1 week. When
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
come back, I'll get back on track. But it's the same mindset that doesn't help you be on track when you do come back and you're not on holiday anymore. Because you
Exactly.
keep this mindset, like if it's not 100%, then it's gonna be nothing, all or
Yeah.
nothing. And it's
That,
like it's not gonna work. If you want to make this a lifestyle
yes.
and
You have to learn to
get it.
adapt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adapt to different situations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think like we're good at, and it's good that we can share our experiences with people because we've had that experience and understanding and we've trained ourselves to do that. So yeah, I think that's another thing as well. And that's why we do these to help people try to like that's why I love these pod talks because I really want to reach people in the mindset side of things because I think your mindset just controls everything. You know what I mean? Like there's people that do things like they exercise really well, they build consistent habits, but their mindset is not strong enough to be able to make it a lifestyle. And that's what people got to understand. You are never going to achieve success or long-term results if you do not make it a lifestyle change. If you're constantly looking for that quick fix or, I just want to look good for the dress, I just want to look good for this, you're never going to truly achieve that goal. Or you might get there and you're not going to maintain it for very long. So, yeah.
Yeah, I
Think,
think that happens because like people don't have a very strong why. Their why
yeah,
is just very superficial. I want to look good for my wedding, or I'm going to a holiday. I want to wear a bikini, which is great, obviously.
yeah,
But
yeah,
why do you want to do that? Like, how is that going to make you feel? How is this
yeah,
going to impact your life? How is that going to impact maybe your work, your relationships? You got to think about all those little details. Ask yourself why? Like, plenty of times. Okay, why? And literally just you asking yourself those questions and asking yourself not consistently, but all the time, like why? You're gonna
yeah,
find your why, and then it's gonna be much easier to build that intrinsic motivation, which comes
yeah,
within, and
definitely.
then it's gonna become easier and easier and easier. Obviously, you still want to have a little bit of that extrinsic motivation, which is like the one that you get because you don't want to get a punishment or you want to avoid some pain, but you
Yeah,
like a good mix in between both, and that's how it's going to help you slowly make it more of like an internal thing. And
yes.
it comes natural. It comes, you get to a point like exactly like you and me right now. It just comes naturally for you to like prep your
Yeah,
meals, go to the gym. Like we don't go to the gym because we have to. It's like I
yeah,
enjoy
yeah,
the
yeah.
gym. I enjoy how I feel after I get my training.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what you're saying. And that was such a good point you made. You always got to find your why.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Like you said, if you're constantly doing it because you feel like you have to, or it's a punishment, you're not going to be motivated. You're not going to be consistent. So, yeah, just biggest takeaway message from this is to not let anything set you back. These things are going to, or these, you can call them setbacks are going to happen, but
Mhm.
don't let it derail you completely. Don't let it ruin all the hard work that you've worked,
Yeah.
and so much effort towards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's setbacks, or if you're sick or you're going away, they're not
Yeah.
gonna take you back to one. If you're sick, rest, please rest. Even if
Rest.
it's 2 weeks, please, I'm begging you, do it
Yeah.
for yourself. Don't do it for us, do it for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Because
yourself. Yeah.
the gym is always gonna be there. The gym is not moving, the gym is not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Rest,
Exactly.
take that time, just rest. Drink your fluids.
Yeah.
Once you're ready to go back to the gym, then go back. Don't go too heavy, just go very, very light. Don't try any PBs. If you
Yeah.
have a holiday coming up, enjoy that holiday, but don't use that as an excuse to go crazy. Or if you're sick, don't use that as an
Yeah.
excuse to go crazy
Yeah.
and then feel guilty. And we know that cycle. We already
Yeah.
talked about this cycle
That's
many
like
times. And then it's
exactly.
never gone away. Yeah, but I guess like you said, like the main takeaway, it's the setbacks, those little setbacks are not really gonna hold you back too much. And also, if you're sick, rest. And I want to keep saying that. If you're
Yeah.
sick, rest, and we promise you, you're not gonna lose all the gains or all the progress that you have made in just 2 weeks or even just 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Only gonna lose that progress if you stop being consistent Of course.
Completely, yeah. If you're gonna,
Completely. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's when you, and if it's gonna be go months on end, that's when you're going to obviously see the progress go out the window. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But thank you so much, Alyssa, for joining me today. I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys can take all the values that we just shared with you guys. But is there anything else you want to mention before we go?
No, I just hope that you feel better and
Thank
you
you.
can even share with us when you get back into the gym. Like it'd be good to see like how you feel and how long it takes you just to kind
Yeah.
of promote that message to people. But I know for me, it took like a good 2, 3 weeks to feel myself again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just life sometimes. So we just got to take
It
it. But
is.
yeah, hopefully you feel good before your holiday and just enjoy it.
I hope so too. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated not next week, but the following week. And then we can talk about, yeah, my holiday, the things that I ate,
Yes.
how that hasn't impacted me too much, the mindset that I have or that I have, yeah, all of those things. But thank you so much, guys, for listening or watching this podcast. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to share it on your social media and tag me and Elisa. Until next time. And as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao, ciao.